the yogi become yuktaha iti uchyate. It is being said. Yada means at which point of time. Viniyatam chittam. Viniyatam means visheshena niyatam. Properly restrained, properly disciplined. Sanyatam. Niyatam means sanyatam. It is properly disciplined by means of training. Ekagratam apannam. It has attained ekagrata, one-pointedness. Chittam, that kind of chitta. Hitva bhashya chintam, giving up bhashya chinta, giving up thinking of the external objects, giving up thinking of the anatma. So this should be understood in two ways. If Krishna is talking about a person who is in samadhi, in meditation, then that means he is not thinking about any object at all. If Krishna is talking about the samadhi as a result of practice of meditation, for a while one may get samadhi, but that is for a while. One will come out of it. But by constant practice of nididhyasana, one gets into a state of maturity where even during transaction, he does not lose sight of Atma. It is called Sahaja Samadhi. Sahaja Samadhi is nothing but Jnana Nishtha. So, we can take this shloka to mean the state of samadhi that one experiences in meditation for a while. That is how many people interpret this. But I prefer to interpret as a Sahaja Samadhi. And the Sahaja Samadhi is not happening for a short period of time. It is a status of maturity which a yogi attains by practice of nididhyasana for a good length of time. So, in that sense, hitva bhashya chintam will mean he is not attributing reality to anatma. Anatmavastu chinta he has given up. Means he does not see anatma. Even during transaction, he is aware that everything is nothing but atma. That is how bhashya chintam hitva. It is possible even during vyavahar. Do not attribute reality to anatma. Then you are not thinking of anatma. So if we take it that way, then this description, this is a description of a person who has attained the Sahaja Samadhi. And that is the true jnana. and that is the goal of a mumukshu. Atmani eva kevale avatisthate. His mind abides only in Atma. Atmani eva means kevale Atma. In the Atma, which is kevala. Kevala means one without a second. Kevale Atmani eva means advitiye Atmani eva. Avatisthate, abides, means swatmani sthitim labhate ityartha. It gets established in the self, meaning it gets established in the understanding that there is only one reality, that is Atma. And then the mind becomes free from all desires. Nisprahas sarvakamebhyaha. The mind becomes free from all desires. No, not mind. This is the Visheshana of the yogi. Yogi yada sarvakamebhyaha nispraho bhavati. Previously the mind was described. Yada viniyatam chittam atmani eva avatisthate. And yada yoginah chittam viniyatam sat atmani eva avatisthate. Koma. Yada yogi sarvakamebhyaha nispraho bhavati. This is the description of the yogi, not yoginah chittam, because it is nispraha pullinga. Chittam is napumsakalinga. That is why we should take it as yogis vishesham. Sarvakamebhyaha nispraha. Nispraha means nirgata spraha yasya saha nispraha. Nirgata spraha. Spraha means prashna, desire. And the spraha, desire, can be towards two types of objects. Drishta vishaya and adrishta vishaya. Therefore, drishta drishta vishayebhyaha, from both drishta vishaya and adrishta vishaya, his desire has gone away. Yasya yoginah saha sarvakamebhyaha nispraha. Saha, yogi, that kind of yogi. Yuktaha, yuktaha means samahitaha. He has attained samadhi, sahaja samadhi. Tada means tasmin kale, at that time, at that state of maturity in jnana, he is called yuktaha or samahitaha. यथा दीपो निवातस्थः नेङ्गते सोपमा स्मृता योगिनो यतचित्तस्य युञ्जतो योगमात्मनः Now, Bhagavan is explaining the state of a yogi's mind with an example. Nivatastha deepaha yatha. Yatha indicates example. Nivatastha Deepaha. A deepa which is present in a place without wind. A place without wind. A place without air movement is called Nivatastha Deepa. Nivate tishtati iti nivatastha. Nivate sthitaha nivatastha. That kind of lamp, na ingate, it does not move, it does not flicker. It will burn without disturbance. Uniformly, it will keep burning without disturbance. Sa Atmanah yogam yunjatah yatachittasya yoginah upamasmrita. Sa, this Atmanah yogam yunjatah, one who is practicing the yoga, the dhyana, one who is practicing yoga of the Atma. One who is trying to focus the mind on the Atma, that kind of yogi, yoginaha, yatachittasya, who has already disciplined his mind. Means yuktasya yoginaha. Previously he was yunjataha, and by practicing he has become yatachittaha. He has attained mastery over his mind. Upamasmrita. Upama, the similarity, the comparison, the example. Smrita, it is told by the wise men. तस्य योगिनः समाहितं यच्चित्तं तस्य उपमा उच्यते तस्य योगिनः, of that yogi, the yogi who is yukta, who is described before. Samahitam yachittam, his samahita chitta, his focused mind. Tasya upama uchyate, and upama, a simile of that mind, is being told. Yatha deepaha pradīpaha nivatasthaha nivate vātavarjite deshe sthitaha na ingate na chalati sa upama upamiyate anaya iti upama yogajnaihi chittapracharadarshibhihi smrta chintita yoginah yatachittasya sanyatantah karanasya युञ्जतः योगम् अनुतिष्ठतः आत्मनः समाधिमनुतिष्ठतः इत्यर्थः। तस्य योगिनः, of that yogi, समाहितं यच्चित्तं, the samahita chitta, the focused mind of the yogi, tasya upama uchyate, and upama is given, an example is given. Yatha deepaha, yatha just as, deepaha means pradeepaha, a lamp, nivatasthaha, nivate vatavarjite deshe sthitaha, which is present in a vatavarjita desha. Nivata means vatavarjita desha, a place where there is no movement of air. Air is not moving, air is steady. Na ingate means na chalati, the lamp does not move, does not shake. Sa upama, it is the upama. Upama means upamiyate anaya iti upama, that by which something is compared, that with which something is compared is called upama. So upama is an example or a simile, is called upama. So this is karana vyutpatti. Upamiyate anaya iti upama, karana vyutpatti. Yogajnaihi smrita, so upama smrita. Smrita means chintita, thought about, conceived. By who? The karta of smrita is not told. Therefore, Bhashyakara supplies the karta. Yogajnaihi smrita. Yogajnaihi, the knowers of yoga, the experts of yoga. They are chitta prachara darshi, those who know the movements of mind, those who know the nature of mind, that kind of yogajnas, that kind of experts of yoga, they compare the yogi's mind to such a lamp. Smrita chintita. Yoginaha yatachittasya. Yatachittasya means sanyatantahkaranasya, whose antahkaranam is restrained, is focused. Yunjataha, yogam yunjataha means yogam anutishtataha, one who is practicing yoga. Atmanaha, atmanaha yogam yunjataha. Atmanaha should be associated with the yogam. Atmanaha yogam means atmanaha samadhim, focus on the atma. Yunjataha means anutishtataha. Yunjataha means anutishtataha, one who is practicing the yoga. When his mind becomes yatachitta, when he becomes yatachitta, not mind becomes yatachitta, he becomes yatachitta, means his mind gets focused, then he is a yukta. Then this is the example to describe such a mind. It does not move away from the Atma. Yatra paramate chittam,
यत्रो परमते चित्तम्
niruddham yoga sevaya,
निरुद्धं योगसेवया
yatra chaivatmanatmanam,
यत्र चैवात्मनात्मानं
pashyannatmani tushyati.
पश्यन्नात्मनि तुष्यति.
From here onwards, up to 23, it is one sentence. What is yoga? What state of mind is called yoga? Here yoga means samadhi. What state of mind is called samadhi? It is the description of samadhi. And mostly people interpret it as a temporary state of samadhi where the mind is effortlessly focused, mind effortlessly remained absorbed for a while. That is how mostly these shlokas are interpreted. I prefer to interpret these shlokas as a description of Sahaja Samadhi. Bhashyakara's explanation favors both interpretations. But if you look at Anandagiri, etc., Anandagiri takes it as an explanation of, as a description of asamprajñāta samadhi. Asamprajñāta samadhi is a state of mind which happens for a while when someone is in meditation. That is how Anandagiri explains this. But then another explanation is possible. Krishna is not explaining a particular state during meditation that is temporary. Instead, he is talking about a state of maturity that a yogi has attained, in which he is constantly aware of Atma. See, yatra, in all these verses, there is yat shabda. Yat shabda is there in 3 verses, 21, 20, 21, 22. And the tad shabda is there in 23. So finally these culminate, these sentences culminate in 23. So the anmaya of these 4 shlokas should be done together. Yatra. Yatra means yasyam avasthayam. In which avastha or yasmin kale, at which point of time, whether it is time or avastha, it refers to the state of maturity that a yogi reaches. Yoga sevaya niruddham chittam uparamate. Yoga sevaya, by means of the practice of yoga, Nirodham Chittam. Chittam, the mind becomes Nirodha. The mind becomes disciplined. Nirodha means gets disciplined. Becomes free from the habitual orientations. Becomes free from its habitual movements that are contrary to Atmajnana. Uparamate. Uparamate means abides. It abides. Abides means it does not go away from Atmajnana. Uparatim gacchati. It becomes free from undesirable thoughts. It gets restrained. Yatra cha eva atmana atmanam pashyan atmani tushyati. Yatra cha, at which time, yasmin kale, atmana atmanam pashyan. Atmana means antahkaranena. The first atma, tritiya vibhakti atma, atmana, refers to antahkaranena. By means of his antahkaranam. Atmanam pashyan, knowing the Atma, being aware of the Atma. See here, Bhagavan clarifies that a vritti is there even during samadhi. Atmana atmanam pashyan. It's not becoming blank-minded. Vritti is there. Pashyan means there is a vritti. And the vritti is in the form of Brahmajnana, Atmajnana. And vritti happens in antahkarana. Therefore, Atmana means antahkaranena, Atmanam pashyan, being aware of the Atma. So it should be understood properly, not seeing the Atma. Here, pashyan does not mean seeing the Atma, not the visual perception. It is being aware of the Atma, means entertaining the jnana, Atma jnana. Atma jnana is very much there and it is effortlessly continuing. Atmani tushyati, and because of the jnana, he finds dosha, he finds happiness in the Atma. He finds satisfaction in the Atma. So this is the phala. Atmani tushyati is the phala of the samadhi, phala of the sahaja samadhi, which is nothing but the phala of jnana. Because sahaja samadhi is nothing but the jnana. When you abide in jnana, it is called sahaja samadhi. And the tushyati, atmani tushyati is the phala of sahaja samadhi, yoga phala. Sukhama, next verse. सुखमात्यन्तिकं यत्तत्
सुखमात्यन्तिकं यत्तद्
सुखमात्यन्तिकं यत्तत्
सुखमात्यन्तिकं यत्तद्
बुद्धिग्राह्यमतीन्द्रियम्
बुद्धिग्राह्यमतीन्द्रियम्
वेत्ति यत्र न चैवायम्
वेत्ति यत्र न चैवायम्
स्थितश्चलति तत्त्वतः
स्थितश्चलति तत्त्वतः
यत्र यत् तत् बुद्धिग्राह्यम् आत्यन्तिकम् अतीन्द्रियम् आत्यन्तिकं सुखम् तत् वेत्ति यत्र यत् बुद्धिग्राह्यम् अतीन्द्रियम् आत्यन्तिकं सुखम् तत् वेत्ति यत्र where in which state यत् बुद्धिग्राह्यम् अतीन्द्रियम् आत्यन्तिकं सुखम् he is aware of the sukha. The yogi is aware of the sukha. Sukham vetti. What kind of sukha? Buddhigrahyam sukham. The sukha which is buddhigrahya. Buddhigrahya means it is known by means of buddhi, antahkarana vritti. One becomes aware of it by means of one's buddhi, one's antahkarana vritti. Atindriyam, and this sukha is atindriya. Atindriya means it is not available to senses. It is not sukha born of sense enjoyment. And atyantikam, and this sukha is atyantika. Atyantika means infinite. Atyantam. Atyantam means anantam. It is infinite. It's not a temporary, limited happiness, because this happiness is nothing but Atma Swarupa itself. Therefore, Atyantikam. Vetti, tad vetti, yat buddhigrahyam atindriyam atyantikam sukham tat vetti, yatra sthitah tattvatah na chalati eva. Yatra sthitah, abiding in which state? Abiding in which Atma Swarupa. Yatra. Here yatra is understood as yasmin kale, in which, at which point of time, or at which state of maturity. Atma Swarupet sthitah. The yogi is abiding in Atma Swarupa. Such a person tatvatah na chalati eva. He does not move away from the tattva. He doesn't lose sight of Atmajnana. Na chalati eva. Eva should be connected after na chalati. naiva chalati. He definitely does not move from the Atma Swarupa. Kincha, further description of Samadhi, Yoga. Sukham Atyantikam. What happened? Huh? I explained, right? I have not read the sloka.
You told we will go the.
No, I am doing one by one only. Then we can connect them together. See, all
This is not
yatra.
done.
Huh?
20 years.
Bhashya is not done.
No.
Oh, this bhashya is not done. Evam योगाभ्यासबलात्
योगाभ्यासबलात्
एकाग्रीभूतं निवातप्रदीपकल्पं सत्
निवातप्रदीपकल्पं सत्
यत्र यस्मिन् काले उपरमते चित्तं उपरतिं गच्छति निरुद्धं सर्वतः निवारितप्रचारं योगसेवया योगानुष्ठानेन यत्र च एव यस्मिंश्च काले आत्मना समाधिपरिशुद्धेन अंतःकरणेन आत्मानं परं चैतन्यं ज्योतिस्वरूपं पश्यन् उपलभमानः स्वे एव आत्मनि तुष्यति तुष्टिं भजते एवं योगाभ्यासबला एवं in this manner योगाभ्यासबलात् because of the strength of योगाभ्यासा, because of the strength of the practice of meditation, एकाग्रीभूतम् एवं एकाग्रीभूतम्. Evam should be connected with Ekagribhuta. Ekagribhuta is described in the previous sloka. Yatha Deepo Nivatastho. Nivata Pradipakalpam Sat, like being like a Nivata Deepa. Nivata Pradipakalpam. Kalpam means like, similar to a Nivata Pradipa. Sat being so, Yatra. Yatra means Yasmin Kale, at which time. Uparamate Chittam. Chittam. Yatra Uparamate. Uparamate means Uparatim Gacchati. Attains Uparati. Uparati means becomes peaceful, becomes quiet, free from disturbances. As long as there are viparita bhavanas, the mind remains disturbed. When the viparita bhavanas are niruddha, the mind becomes quiet, free from disturbances. Niruddham. Niruddham means sarvataha nivarita pracharam. The mind becomes sarvatah nivarita prachara. Nivaritaha pracharaha yasya tat nivarita pracharam. Its movements are removed. Its movements are stopped from all directions. Movements in all directions are stopped. Means it is made free from viparita bhavana, free from the thoughts that take it away from Atmajnana. And how it becomes niruddha, how it becomes free from viparita bhavana? Yoga sevaya. Yoga sevaya means yoganushthanena. Yoganushthanena niruddham chittam uparamati. So after nirodha, uparati comes. First nirodha, then uparamati. So nirodha leads to uparati. Yatra cha eva means yasminscha kale, at which time. Atmana means samadhi parishuddhena antahkaranena. The antahkarana, which is samadhi parishuddha, which is cleansed by means of samadhi abhyasa. Here samadhi means samadhi abhyasa, practice of concentration, jnanabhyasa. So parishuddhena, the antahkarana becomes parishuddha by means of samadhi abhyasa. Atmanam, Atmanam means param chaitanyam. So param atmanam, the paramatma, which is chaitanyam, it is chaitanya. And what is chaitanya? Jyotiswarupa. It is effulgent in nature. Jyotiswarupa. And since it is Jyotiswarupa, it cannot be seen by means of antahkarana. Therefore, we should understand here Pashyan does not mean seeing like any other object. We have to understand that there is vritti vyapti, there is no phala vyapti. By saying Jyotiswarupam, Bhashyakara is hinting at the absence of phala vyapti in the Pashyan. Pashyan means upalabhamanaha, being aware of the Atma. Sve eva atmani tushyati. Tushyati means tushtim bhajate, attains tushti, attains satisfaction in one's own Atma, in oneself. And the Dushyati is explained in the following shloka. How does he attain satisfaction in Atma? Because being aware of the Atma is nothing but being aware of the true happiness. He is aware of his own Swarupa as the ultimate eternal happiness. And with such awareness, he does not have to seek happiness from anywhere outside. And that is the satisfaction. Kincha sukham atyantikam atyantameva bhavatiti atyantikam anantam ityarthaha. Kincha, moreover, sukham. So kincha indicates that this is further description of yoga. further description of that time, which is when one can say one has attained yoga. Sukham atyantikam. Atyantikam means atyantam eva bhavati iti atyantikam. So that which is atyantam, supreme, greatest, ultimate, it is called atyantikam. Atyantam eva atyantikam. Means anantam ityartha. In this context, atyantam means or atyantikam means anantam, infinite. Infinite happiness. Yattat buddhigrahyam. Buddhigrahyam means buddhya eva indriya nirapekshaya grihyate iti buddhigrahyam. Buddhya eva grihyate. It is known only by means of buddhi. Indriya nirapekshaya. Without the help of indriyas. Means the sukha, which is Atma Swarupa, it cannot be perceived by means of senses. Then how to be aware of this, that sukha? Atma Jnanena eva. Atindriyam. Atindriyam means Indriya Gocharatītam. It transcends the domain of the senses. Indriya Gochara Atitam means Avishaya Janitam ityartha. It is not born of sense objects. It is not born of sense enjoyment. It is not sense pleasure. It is not Vishaya Sukha. It is Atma Sukha. Vetti tat idrasham sukham anubhavati. Vetti means anubhavati. He is aware of it. The Sukha, which is in the form of his own completeness. Being aware of the completeness is the Sukha. So it is not any other form of mystical experience of happiness. He is being aware of his completeness. And because of that, he enjoys satisfaction. Yatra means yasmin kale nacha eva ayam vidvan. This vidvan, who is Atma Swarupe sthitaha, who abides in Atma Swarupa, tasmat naiva chalati. He does not move away from the Atma Swarupa. Tasmat. Tasmat means tattvataha. Tasmat tattvaswarupa. From the tattvaswarupa, from the true nature of the Atma. Na pratyavate. Na chalati means na pratyavate. He does not step away. He doesn't lose sight of it. Ityarthaha. Yallabdhva cha param labham.
Yallabdhva cha param labham.
Manyate nadhikantataha.
Manyate nadhikantataha.
Yasmin sthito na dukkhena.
Yasmin sthito na dukkhena.
Gurunapi vichalyate.
Gurunapi vichalyate.
Yam labdhva cha. Cha means kincha also. Yam labdhva, having attained which, Atma, aparam labham, aparam adhi tatah aparam adhikam labham na manyate. Tatah aparam adhikam labham na manyate. One does not see, one does not know another labha which is greater than that. Tataha aparam labham, there is no another labha also, and there is no greater labha also. Aparam adhikam labham, tataha aparam adhikam labham na manyate. He does not think there is another greater gain, something more to accomplish. He does not think. Means he has attained absolute fulfillment. Yasmin sthitaha gurunapi dukkhena na vichalyate. Yasmin sthitaha, abiding in which Atma Swarupa, Guruna api dukkhena na vichalyate. He is not shaken by even the greatest dukkha also. Kincha yan labdhva yam atmalabham labdhva prapya cha aparam anyat labhantaram tatah adhikamastiti न मन्यते न चिन्तयति किंच यस्मिन् आत्मतत्त्वे स्थितः दुःखेन शस्त्रनिपातादिलक्षणेन गुरुणा महता अपि न विचाल्यते किंच. Moreover, further description of yoga. Yam labdhva means yam atmalabham. Yam refers to atmalabha, the attainment of Atma by means of yoga, by means of sahaja samadhi. Labdhva means prapya, having attained. Na aparam means anyat. Anyat means labhantaram, another labha. Tatah adhikam, which is greater than that atma labha. Asti iti na manyate. Bhashyakara supplies. Asti iti na manyate. One does not think that there is anything greater than atma labha. न मन्यते means न चिंतयति. किंच moreover यस्मिन् आत्मतत्त्वे स्थितः, abiding in which आत्मतत्त्व, दुःखेन गुरुणा अपि दुःखेन, the greatest form of dukkha. For example, shastranipatadi lakshanena, the dukkha in the form of shastranipata, injury by weapon, shastranipata adi lakshanena, injury by weapon. Such dukkhas. It is a very painful injury by weapon is a great pain. Even such dukkha also na vichalyate, he is not shaken. Guruna api dukkhena na vichalyate. पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। हरिः ॐ श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ॐ।